actually almost died last night, so I'm sharing this story because it is finally officially wintertime here in Minnesota, and this could actually save somebody's life. This isn't like an uncommon thing, and sometimes people just don't get taught stuff. So yes, we had our first actual official little snowstorm where it clings to the road and gets a little dangerous. And if you know anything about snowy areas, it's those first few storms before the roads are salted and good to go that are the most dangerous to drive in. So lucky for me, I had to go an hour and 20 minutes north that day to help my friend film a podcast, and then we went to go get food, and it was dark and started to snow as we were leaving. And I had to get on that highway that's 70 miles an hour roughly the entire drive home, which is not the most ideal conditions for when the roads are starting to get super slick and it is dark and already hard to drive. So I'm starting to get anxiety to begin with because I don't like driving at all at night anyways, let alone on slick roads when I'm already starting to pass cars that have spun out or a few that have already gotten into crashes because of it. So lucky for me, it's now getting hard to breathe. I'm getting a little bit of asthma, and I don't usually bring my inhaler anywhere because I get asthma issues once every couple of months. I never remember it. But I'm great, we're gonna have to push through this anyway. So I'm singing along to the songs in my car, both hands on the wheel to try and stay calm and just pushing through the fact that it's kind of difficult for me to breathe right now, and we're just gonna have to see this the whole way home. But as I'm driving right in the left lane, I come up behind I think it was an Escalade or a Tahoe, just one of those giant black SUVs that I see is starting to spin out quite aggressively. And everything in the story here happens in the next 4 or 5 seconds, but this is the crucial information that you need. So I can tell right away that this SUV has done everything that you're not supposed to do when you hit ice, clearly, because they are losing control and going in between both lanes and the shoulder, absolutely about to spin out. And the car is so wobbly, it almost looks like they're about to start rolling. And I'm freaking out, right? Because if they start rolling, I'm done for, right? They hit me, we're both gonna roll, and that's just the end of it for me, okay? My car is kind of a tin can. So I do immediately exactly what you're supposed to do in that situation. I take my foot off the gas right away. You do not slam the brakes immediately. But this car is obviously slowing down, and I can't really slow down at that level because we're both going roughly 60 or so miles an hour. And so I'm gonna have to start hitting the brakes, but you do not want to slam on the brakes. So I do exactly what you're supposed to do. I start slowly pumping the brakes, but it is not slowing me down fast enough. I think I'm about to hit this car, and that's going to be the end of it for us. Now, of course, because I've started hitting the brakes, my car is a little bit starting to slide and has lost grip of the road beneath the tires as well. And in that moment, I think to myself, no, you do not. No, not after the month we have had. We do not go out this way, okay? We gotta fight to keep fighting. I'm dead serious. I am not doing this today. And so I do exactly what you're supposed to do, which is lean into the slide, the opposite of what that SUV clearly was doing, which was fighting it. I managed to slide to the left as the car almost hit me, went around and continued going. I think they just kind of went off into the grass, and they probably got it together later. I think they're fine. As I'm driving away, right, I'm shaking. I'm now filled with adrenaline. I can feel it wide awake, luckily, for the rest of the drive. And also on the bright side, I can breathe clearly now. It cleared up my lungs perfectly.